Uncaged, the Frank Shamrock story, and it's written by myself and Charles Fleming. And it's a book about my life and about my journey. I came from, a broken home. I grew up in a home of abuse. I grew up in a home of addiction. I didn't really know how to live. Before this, I was in prison. I was a youth offender. I didn't have an education on what a real human being did. The way I grew up, you rob, you steal, you plunder, you get whatever you can, because who knows where you're going to end up. That's what I thought you did. I didn't know there was another way. And martial arts taught me that way. So for me, this whole journey has just been about becoming a good person and knowing what to do with that when I was done with it. I've done everything I've ever dreamt of doing, but my ideal day now is teaching my daughter, doing some charity work, helping my friends out. I've become an incredible human being through my journey, and to me it was just about learning to survive. That was number one, and then after I survived, learning to be a good human being.
Frank Shamrock was the first to hold the UFC middleweight championship, later renamed the UFC light heavyweight championship, and retired as the 5-time defending undefeated champion. Shamrock was the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world during his reign as the UFC middleweight champion. Shamrock has won numerous titles in other martial arts organizations, including the interim King of the Pancrase title, the WEC lightweight heavyweight champion, and the Strikeforce Middleweight Championship. He was named Fighter of the Decade for the 1990s by Wrestling Observer, Best Full Contact Fighter by Black Belt Magazine, and 3-time Fighter of the Year by Full Contact Fighter Magazine. He is a 7th degree black belt in submission fighting, awarded by O-Sensei Philip S. Porter of the United States Martial Arts Association. He is the adopted brother of former UFC champion Ken Shamrock. He holds notable wins over Bas Rutten, Tito Ortiz, Jeremy Horn, Japanese name I'm not sure about, and Kevin Jackson, and Phil Baroni. Don't tell him I said that, man. He is also the only man to defeat Cesar Gracie. Wait. He holds the world records for the fastest UFC title fight victory by submission in 16 seconds over Kevin Jackson at UFC Japan in Yokohama, Japan. An author, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and social activist. He is a color commentator for Showtime Network and brand spokesman for Strikeforce. Frank has a new book getting ready to launch called Uncaged, My Life as a Champion MMA Fighter. The book is about Frank's life story from his childhood through his MMA career inside the ring and out. There will be a book signing at Barnes & Noble this Sunday at 7 p.m. And before that, tomorrow, he's going to teach a seminar at my school, and I've never been so honored to have anybody come to my school before as it is to have you come to my school, Frank, so I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Shamrock.
That's pretty dramatic. Hi everybody, I'm Frank Shamrock. I beat up a lot of people, travel the world, and in fact I was in Rome just the other day talking about kickboxing. But I'm here because Dan asked me to. For many, many years, Dan asked me to. With patience and perseverance of a good martial artist, he asked me. At least once or twice a year, until finally I broke, and now I'm here. You give him a hand. I swear to God, it's all true. Ask him. Isn't it? Yeah. The reason why it took so long is I don't teach much anymore. after my fighting career, I'm pretty broken up, and I spend most of my time with my family now, and also healing the wounds I've gained over 16 years in the cage. So Master Ernie Reyes was my last student, and I haven't taught much since then. But I'm honored to teach for you guys, and Dan, I'm honored to be your instructor and also your student. Thank you very much for your patience. Yeah, if you guys don't know who I am, that's cool, because I'm old now. Well, yeah, I know. I used to be young and jump around like this, and now it doesn't happen anymore. Now I do most of my conversing about fighting on television. You guys can see me on Showtime. I'm also working for Glory Sports, calling kickboxing over in Eastern Asia now. But the real reason I wanted to talk to you guys today was I wrote a book. It only took me 40 years to write it, 4.5 steady. But I wrote the book because I realized that when I was about 35 that my ability to get in the cage and to entertain people, inspire people, and also present martial arts was coming to an end. And I realized that my body was pretty much done, and my desire to beat people up was pretty much done. But I still wanted to inspire the next generation, and I still wanted to share my story. So that's why I wrote my book. And those of you guys who don't know me, I had a really tough life. By the time I was 11 years old, I was living on the streets. I was eating out of trash cans. By the time I was 12, I was a ward of the state. And the state became my mom and dad until I graduated prison when I was a young man of 18. So I never had martial arts when I was a kid. My father left when I was really young, and I lived on the streets. I learned to survive by fighting on the streets and by taking what I thought I needed to survive. So I didn't realize I was not a good person until I found martial arts. Well, they locked me up first, but then I realized, that I needed to change my ways, and by chance I fell into martial arts, and it's been the greatest journey of my life. It's given me a community, it's given me a way to provide for my family, it's given me a career that I can have respect of, and it's also given me a cloth to live my life by. So whether you're participating in martial arts now, or you're interested in it, one thing I can say is it's a community and a family unlike any other. And from someone who grew up without a family and without a community, it has been the greatest community I've ever been attached to. So whether you read the book or not, I hope you guys come tomorrow and learn a little bit. I have a lot to teach. I'm very interested in teaching people, and I also think that you kids out there, you got a tough row ahead of you. You got more information than you know what to do with, and principles of martial arts will keep you focused, and they'll make you successful. I'd like to close by saying that anything I've ever wanted to do in my life, become a world champion, television commentator, actor, writer, I did all those things. I did them all because I got involved in martial arts. They got me focused. So I hope you can do the same, and I wish you the best in your journey. Thank you so much.